Fox Stadium in Miami Gardens. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set. 18 Gator.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Here we go. 60 yards.
You get blocked, me.
Buzz.
You get blocked.
Ready.
Second and long. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go.
Five.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appered to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Second and 9 now. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On the ready.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Don't let him breathe.
Get up.
Now back to throw. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Ready? Black 25.
Here we go, D.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Jameis to throw it. This goes to Mack on the check down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run good for 18 and a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? Blue lady.
55. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to.
1st down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Winston. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
A run by Mack to start the drive. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Ready. White 25.
Check 55 to Mike.
Jameis now on first down. Complete to Hilton. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and goal, Indianapolis.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run here with Mack, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Will come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Now.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Dolphins 12, Colts 7.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Right there. Too little, Cupcake.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And a well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They're going to look to throw. And an alley to run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided to better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he's into the clear. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
18-yard line.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds Robinson, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Let's go now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And this is Parker, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's another Dolphins.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Okay, double up. Switch.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check, 53 is Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. 53 is the Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5. At the Colts.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll set up a throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when. He told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the double.
Brings up 2nd and
53,
11
Mike.
at the 12-yard
Hey, watch the
line.
slant. Watch the slant.
2nd and 11. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. On 2nd and 9, Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Fielded at the 33. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. I got him. Big grip.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Winston looking deep for Hilton. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Easy. 52.
52's the mic. Exit, exit. Hey, Mike 52.
On second down, Winston again. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Ready. Blue ladies. White.
Here we go. Check 24.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we'll send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
A gain of 14. First down, Indianapolis.
Winston now to throw on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go right back to Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Ready, set.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Parker, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ready, flag, 22's out.
52's the mic. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Out.
Hey, stop. Green, triple team. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, watch the ball.
Check four, check four.
Green, triple T. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready to go.
To throw is Winston. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Not just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to run with Mack. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They'll run it with Mack, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Flip it.
They'll try and run. Here's Mack. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Nice job holding them out of the end zone on 3rd down. I think you need to give a big assist to this crowd.
Yeah, they're really rallying them, aren't they? They're behind them the whole way. And they get that little bit of extra motivation when you're in a tough situation. Let's see what happens here on 4th down if they go for it. Can the crowd help them one more time?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Ready?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, Sam off.
Check.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Twist on Travis.
Watch twist. Check nickel. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Lucky.
Get it.
McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Malik Hooker. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Let's go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Green, triple team.
Check. Fresno.
Sonic.
Hey, Mike 52.
First down, Winston. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Black 22. Hey, let's get him converted.
Shoot.
Easy. Hey,
watch edge.
Tight dog.
He's coming. Double.
easy.
He's coming. Double up.
Let's go.
On second down, it's Mack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Ready. Blue ready.
55.
Let's go tight end. Let's go right here now.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Winston. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. Taking it goal line to goal line. 100 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I got one.
Ready.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
52. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's go.
Play fake. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Jameis to throw it. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down, Indianapolis.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Throwing, Winston. Ebron caught left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A second down throw for Winston. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
To the air again with Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
There you go. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Jameis again. And a little floater there is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Again, it's Winston. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will shave one more off this lead. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
18 Gators.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Sanders' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Easy. Hey, me. Let's go.
Now Winston. They'll run the screen with Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's a loss of 2.
Ready?
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Winston now. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
Ready? Blue, white. White.
What we got?
White, cut up.
They'll throw again. Winston. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go. 8, read.
Watch the screen.
Shoot.
This is McCaffrey trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Justin Houston.
Ready.
The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Dolphins, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.